Hi, my name is Aditi Chudasma. Today I got to spend the day with the US National Women's Team at Bat and Ball Indoor Sports. I was lucky enough to have a chat with Julia, the coach of the US National Women's Team. So, how did you end up in the US?
US. A few years ago, Cricket Australia and USA Cricket have got a really good relationship, and myself and a few other coaches in the WBBL, we did a professional development trip over to the United States to have a look at some baseball clubs and some universities and different organisations of how they run their high performance programs. And one of the parts of it was to come and see the United States girls training at their combine. So that was my first introduction to it, and it was really exciting to see because I never knew there was even cricket in the USA. So it's really nice to see so many girls playing here. And then we had Shabani come over and play in Tasmania, where I'm from, and she played with my club team for the season. And then again, last year I came back and helped out with two of the combines, and from there I sort of really could see how I reckon I could be helpful to the USA women's team and help develop them. And when the opportunity came up, the job was up, I sort of thought I'd apply and see how I could go.
And I'm sure the US is very lucky to have you. So.
I hope they think that.
And so now going back to Australia, there's so many girls playing there, I'm sure. So how does it compare? You see kind of like you're trying to follow the footsteps, maybe?
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's taken Australia a long time as well to really get that women's sort of side of cricket kicking along, but now there's a really good pathway. So it's about playing in schools, playing at universities, club cricket as well, which is outside of both of those, which is a big component in Australia. It's not as big here at the moment, but I think getting girls playing at school and in that pathway and as young as possible, like yourself, but maybe even playing with other girls. A lot of girls don't really want to play with boys all the time. So if we can get specialised girls competitions over here, I think that'll encourage a lot more girls to play the game.
Right, and so in the next maybe 5 to 10 years, where do you see USA cricket, just in general?
Well, they're trying to plan on cricket being in the 2028 Olympics. So that's really the target, I think, for everyone, is to qualify for that, and then obviously to compete and potentially be successful in it, which is 10 years away. We probably need to really start getting cricket played in a lot of schools and universities now, so that we're going to feel that impact of all of the young girls coming through and playing the game and putting a lot of pressure on those at the top at the moment. And that's very healthy for a competition, to have all that upward pressure from young kids like yourself, putting pressure on these girls that are in the team at the moment.
And you're really experienced, obviously, played for
Is that code for old? Is it?
No. And so, how did it feel playing? Just because you are one of the only people I've talked to who have come from an international team who's played the World Cup and stuff.
Yep.
So how does it feel? Just
to play for your country, or to play cricket for your country? It's probably
play
different.
Cricket for your country.
I grew up playing cricket, and cricket's very much the national sport in Australia. So the fact that I was playing cricket was fantastic at any level, and I never actually had any aspirations of playing for my country, because I didn't know that they played for their country back then. But after starting to play club quite late, I played cricket after I finished school. Then I realised there wasn't a state team and an Australian team. So it was, and I was probably fairly lucky. I got in quite quickly into the Australian team, because I became a wicket keeper. So only after about 6 years playing, I made it into the Australian team, and it was a fantastic experience, as anyone would say, playing for their country if they've got a bit of pride in their country. But the fact that I was playing cricket for my country, and cricket that I'd always loved as a kid growing up as well, was really special and fun and fantastic to be able to travel the world and make so many friends and keep developing and growing in the game all the time and understanding cricket, because it's such a complex game. So even now I'm still learning things about cricket.
So when did it start?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I was 17. So I just finished school, and I saw it on TV. So there was an Ashes game between Australia and England being played, or Centennial game, I think it was actually. And I'd never seen women's cricket on TV before. So and I'd always played with the boys, but never got to play. So that's why I find it really important that we're making sure that lots of people can see the game, whether that's on live stream or whether it's on videos and interviews like this, or whether it's radio, or it's got to be talked about and put out to everyone who can't actually get to the game and see it. So, we always talk about you can't be what you can't see. So the fact that I saw that was really quite lucky for me, and maybe was the catalyst for me to actually go and try cricket in a more structured format in club cricket and start my career.
Is that what when you started, you just knew that you wanted to play for Australia, or was it like a gradual thing, or something
Yeah.
that just happened that like inspired you?
Yeah, it was more just a gradual thing. I mean, I obviously wasn't very good when I first started. I was just learning, but I just enjoyed cricket, and it was very social and it was fun. And I've tried to, even through all my representatives to cricket at state level or for Australia, I've always tried to maintain that that's what cricket's about. In the beginning, it was about having fun, and it's important to obviously be serious about it when it gets to high stakes like
Yeah.
World Cups and things like that. But you've still got to enjoy it if you're going to play the game. So that's really important.
So, of course, Australia has like a higher grade of cricket than US. So, what do you see that USA still needs to do? Like, whether it just be like those small things like fitness or just more cricket?
Probably both of those things are definitely the two things that are definitely on there. But I think, like I mentioned before, just sheer weight of numbers. You haven't got huge numbers to pick from. So just that pressure from numbers can really keep inspiring and driving people and motivating people to be better and better. So the more numbers you have, I think the better the team will get. So, but at the moment, yeah, fitness and just key skills, like we've been practicing all this
Yeah, I
weekend.
was watching.
Yeah, and they're long days, but at least they've got a really good attitude. They're really open-minded about how to work on things and what we're going to work on. But we've got little short-term goals because we've got the World Cup qualifiers in about 2 months in Scotland. So we're trying to work on what can we do now that's going to have an impact on that tournament. And then we can start looking forward to, depending on how we go, whether we go to the World Cup or whether we start then focusing on our 50 over qualifiers that we've got mid next year as well, and slightly tweaking it because the girls haven't played too much 50 over cricket, so that's quite different to T20 cricket.
So, what advice would you give to young girls playing in the US?
Probably to track down where they can see cricket and encourage if they're really keen to play cricket, hassle your teacher at school, hassle your friends, go down to the park and play. Talk to your brothers, sisters, whoever's got contacts. Obviously, a centre like this has got good facilities that you can start practicing and meet like-minded people that you might be able to have a bit of a hit around with, or a bit of a bowl or a catch or something like that. So cricket's fun at your age. So it'd be good to get lots of girls together who can all play. And if they can't play, they start developing the skills and just having a good time. I've got lots of friends around the world from playing cricket, and cricket's not just about the game itself. It's bigger than that. It's sort of about the social side of things, the off-field stuff that happens, on-field stuff. It's everything. So you've probably got some really good friends through cricket too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why cricket's great to get in.
Thank you so much for your time, Coach Julia. We really appreciate it.
Not a problem at all, and I can't wait to come back and help grow the game here in the USA.